All right, can I have you say your name and your title, please?
My name's Eric Lassen, and I'm head of final vehicle integration.
Well, Eric, you know, the Joby
S4.
S4.
Yep.
Thank you.
Aircraft
is pretty cool, and I'd love to do a walk around with you. So, kind of give me the big picture.
Sure thing.
What is this, and when will I go for a flight?
So right now, this is one of our marketing mock-ups. It has real aircraft airframe size parts. So this is the full vehicle's actual size.
Yes.
It has real propellers. It has real wing. It doesn't have its batteries and its true motors in it. So this is what we take to marketing events.
So
if you're here between 12 and 1 o'clock, we're actually going to fly a couple of laps with one of our flight test airplanes to kind of do a demonstration of its noise profile.
How cool is that? Now I see on the door it says electric taxi.
Air taxi.
Air taxi. Yep. So is that the purpose of this? Is this an air taxi that you can take from home to work, or from office to lunch? What's kind of the
business model for this aircraft is that we're really trying to take the plane the same way that you would hire an Uber ride. We want to be able to use this aircraft in a similar way. So perfect mission for this aircraft: if you're trying to get to the San Francisco International Airport from Monterey and you were to take an Uber Black, we want to be able to offer you that same service with an app and be able to have this pick you up at a local heliport at the top of one of the parking garages, or a heliport on top of the downtown Marriott, and be able to take you up to SFO and not have to do the 2.5 hour traffic drive and do a 15-minute flight.
So it looks like a drone to me. It's got
multi-rotors.
Multi-rotors. So is it hard to fly?
It is not hard to fly.
Okay.
It's heavily automated, but it still requires a pilot to fly.
Okay.
So to be able to fly in airspace today in the U.S., you have to have a certified pilot, and this is able to fly with all of that certified pilot in place.
Well, can we do a little bit of a walk around?
Absolutely.
Kind of show me, the high points.
Sure.
What's its? Let's talk about numbers. What's its airspeed?
Airspeed, its cruise speed is 200 miles an hour.
Ooh, that is fast.
And its range is 100 miles.
Okay.
And you have to have in normal aircraft parlance, you would say that it has fuel reserve. So we have to have reserve battery at the end of our flight to get to an alternate landing zone. It's pilot in the front, and then it's 4 passengers. And the airplane has been optimized to be quiet. So there's no turbines like a helicopter, and the propeller blades and the flight characteristics have been designed so that it has a very low noise profile.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things about drones, of course, is that they're very buzzy and that they're very annoying. It's got this high-pitched sound, so I can't wait for you to fly this, but what does it sound like?
It's very hard to not, it doesn't sound like any aircraft that is flying today.
Okay.
And so it does have some noise, but it's so unique. It sounds like wind in the trees.
Oh, all right.
So it's super pleasant and super low. And when it's flying over today, we should have a helicopter flying chase with it. The first lap will probably be with the helicopter, and you'll be able to hear how noisy the helicopter is. The second lap should be helicopter free, and hopefully you won't hear anything. The noise of the show will probably hide all of the noise of the airplane as it's flying over.
So you said it's relatively automated, so you still have to have a pilot.
A pilot's license. Yeah.
And if you are going to be selling this internationally, are there places where you don't have to have a pilot's license to fly it? Let's say you're in some other country.
Right now, one of our locations that we're planning to operate first is Dubai.
Okay.
And I believe everywhere that we will fly commercial services, you'll still have to have a pilot's license.
And then I'm pretty familiar with electric cars, so if this is going to be a taxi, obviously you have to have rechargeable batteries.
Correct.
So how many kilowatt hours of battery does this carry?
Roughly 160 kilowatt hours is so effectively twice what a Tesla Model 3 long range is.
Yeah, or less than a Silverado EV. And what's kind of the top DC charging rate? How fast can you charge?
We can charge in about 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes.
Give me a number for that. 150, 200 kilowatts, 300?
It's funny because I'm on the engineering side.
Okay.
We feed the charger with 480, 600 amps.
Okay. So is the idea that you would taxi somebody and then recharge it, or is it swappable? Would you swap the batteries?
No, it would be charged in the plane.
In the plane,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it is a plane.
Yeah. Aircraft is what we call it.
And then I noticed that these rotors, not just rotate this way, but then do these kind of
so when it's flying
horizontally?
forward flight, all of the propellers are facing forward and flying forward like an airplane.
Okay.
And then all of the lift is being provided by the wing. When it's in hover mode, all of the lift is being provided by the helicopter, by the rotors pointing straight up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And they all rotate forward.
They all articulate forward. Yeah.
And I have to ask, how much? If I wanted to buy one of these.
So the plan is again to sell the ride, not to sell the aircraft.
Okay, so
there is a special
air
list.
taxi.
There is a special list of people who are interested in buying early ones. We are working hard to get to the certification finish line, and we don't have that number today.
And how hard is it to get FAA certification?
It's a multi-year process.
Yeah.
The FAA is very excited about the product that we're working on. They're working with us super well. We have them on site every week, and it's really about checking all the boxes and making sure that the product's safe to fly the public. So that's what we're working for.
I was a couple of years ago, I was in Korea with Hyundai.
Cool.
And they had one of these, and they were also working on it.
Yep.
I think the car companies are interested. Now, I overheard you saying that Toyota was one of the big investors in this.
Toyota is a primary investor in Joby, and they're more than an investor in that they're actually entrenched with their engineers. We have some of their management team and some of their design engineers and some of their production engineers that are sprinkled throughout the company, trying to help us learn how to scale. Joby has been a prototype and development company for the last 10 years, and we're really growing into a production company. And Toyota is a key partner for that. So it's super exciting to have their help.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, roads are overcrowded, air is still open, and so it makes a lot of sense that this would be, and if you watch any sci-fi movie, right, everybody's flying.
It's the future.
They're never driving.
I like to think of it as I'm a pilot, I'm a passionate airplane person. My wife is not, but she loves the convenience of flying. Like having this be available to people at the convenience of ordering an Uber ride, that's really the goal of the future.
So have you flown it?
I have flown the simulator. I haven't flown the actual airplane.
All right, but has it flown?
It has flown, and you'll see it fly today if you hear it between 12 and 1.
And as a pilot, what is your favorite feature of the Joby compared to a traditional, airplane, a fixed-wing airplane?
It's the fact that it can take off like a helicopter.
A vertical takeoff.
And fly fast like an airplane.
Okay.
So you got the best of both worlds. This flies way faster than a traditional helicopter, and yet you don't need a runway. So the fact that you can take off and land in a lot of different locations is super exciting.
And I'm thinking people out there are wondering, what if the battery goes, or,
There's a lot of redundancy built in.
Okay.
The batteries are actually split into 4 different packs.
All right.
And 3 packs can power the whole airplane.
Okay.
So there's a whole lot of redundancy, just like a modern airliner. There's a lot of redundant features. Multiple rudders, multiple motors, multiple power systems. We have all the flight control computers. There's redundant systems that are 3 deep. So there's a ton of redundancy built into the certification process of this airplane.
I see over there JFK to Manhattan in 7 minutes.
Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does sound pretty good. And is it all kind of computer controlled? So is it fly-by-wire?
It is fly-by-wire, and the controls are, for one of the biggest complaints is traditional pilots want to have more control, but it's highly automated from the pilot workflow. So it's very easy to learn how to fly because it is so smart. It's kind of the difference of driving an old tractor versus driving a modern Tesla.
Yeah.
Right? A modern Tesla with kind of self-driving autopilot features.
Well, let's take a quick peek in the interior. So I see a joystick. So how do you fly this? What are the aerial controls?
Yeah. So the right inceptor is what we call it. It functions pretty much like an airplane, where if you pitch it forward, it's going to dive. If you pull it back, it's going to climb. If you bank to the left or bank to the right, it will roll.
Okay.
When it's in hover mode with the propellers pointing up, it will act differently from how the mechanisms control the airplane, but the pilot input is the same. So the pilot will really only tell the airplane how fast to go by the left inceptor. Okay. So think of it almost like a boat throttle on the left that goes forward for more throttle and pull back for lower throttle.
I think of it as a skid steer.
Right, 100%. It's very similar.
Very similar.
It's you take a vertical drone, you take a skid steer, you take a boat throttle, you mix it all together. This unified flight control is actually very similar to the way that an F-35B that can hover, it works in a similar way. So if you're familiar with how that flight system works, this is very common to that kind of control.
So I guess the last question, we fly a lot of drones because we do a lot of video.
Yeah.
Could this be something that if you didn't have that FAA requirement having a pilot, could this fly itself at some point?
It wouldn't be very hard to automate that, but the legality of that is probably very limited in how you could use it, at least in the near term.
Well, I can't wait to live in the brave new world when we go from JFK to Manhattan in 7 minutes.
Sweet.
Yeah, thank you very much,
Nice
Eric.
to meet you.
I really appreciate it.
Pleasure.